Hello everybody, it is Prelude Boy 99 and this is going to be part 2 of the tier list. As you can tell, this is future me. This is practically weeks after I filmed part 2. I asked you guys in the community if you guys wanted to see a part 2 of the tier list and you guys voted yes. So yeah, I'm going to be releasing this video. If you guys want any more, please let me know down in the comments below. Like the video, it really does help a lot. And as always, I hope you all enjoy. Second gen Prelude. This is an interesting one. This is the first Prelude that had pop-up headlights. Again, I don't hear enough about this. I honestly don't. I know someone put a 1JZ motor in it, but that was one person that I don't know this person. I saw a video of it, but other than that, I don't see anything about this car. It's very beautiful. Don't get me wrong, very beautiful. And I think this particular one started the trend of four-wheel steering. I could be wrong with that. I think I'm wrong with that. I don't think this started the trend. If it did, I'll correct myself. But it's a pretty car, but I don't know a lot about it. But based off what I've seen, and I don't see a lot of people drive these things anymore, I'm just gonna put this in C tier. So we have the third gen Honda Prelude. This is by far the most beautiful Prelude ever, with the pop-up headlights, the front bumper, the trims. You have the four-wheel steering. I know this definitely had the four-wheel steering. It also had the SI trim, which had like a B series motor. I think it's the B series that was in the I'm not entirely sure, but I know that this had like a B series motor, but the problem is that the heads, you couldn't really modify the engines with the SIs, which was unfortunate. You can't really do much with that because of I don't know if it was like because of the gasket, but I know that for some reason you couldn't really do a lot with these, with the SIs, but the base model, you can do some stuff with it. I know someone was able to K-swap it, but the problem is that the block is just too long to fit in the Prelude. It couldn't fit in a ideal way. We'll say that. But overall, the pop-up headlights, the sleekness of the car. This car looks like a Ferrari, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm gonna put this in legendary tier because it looks beautiful. It's possibly one of the most beautiful Hondas I've ever seen, and I think it kind of started the popularity of the Preludes, so I'm going to put it in legendary. So we have the 4th gen Prelude. I think this is the black sheep of the Prelude family. It's very different. It looks too different. However, I know that this has the H-Series motor. This is the first car to have the H-Series motor before it started becoming common in a lot of the European Hondas and the 5th gen Honda Prelude. This is a weird looking car in my opinion. It doesn't look like the Prelude at all. When you look at the 1st gen and the 2nd gen to 3rd gen, it makes sense because it went from blocky to boxy to make it look more sleeker. This just looks weird. I don't like the look of the 4th gen Prelude. I'm sorry, I know that's like a very controversial thing to say, but I don't like the look of it. My buddy that I took pictures with a while back has this car on his right-hand drive, and it looks cool. But the problem is that I don't see a lot of these cars built up. They're either like shit boxes, clapped out junk, and I just think it's ugly, so I'm just gonna put this in D tier. So we have my Honda Prelude, the 5th gen Honda Prelude. So it went back to its boxy look, and it actually looked like its counterparts, so there's that plus. I really love the taillights of it. I think the taillights are really nice. Very unique. It doesn't look like it's borrowed from any other Honda. It doesn't even look like it's part of the Integra. The problem is This car should have been rear wheel drive. It could have been a perfect competitor with the 180SX, the Nissan Silvia, and the Toyota MR2. Unfortunately, it was front wheel drive. And I think that's what set it back a lot in sales, because it had the same engine as the 4th Gen Prelude. And a lot of people didn't understand why they would opt over to this car when they had the 4th Gen Prelude. Or you can get the SI Civic, which had the 190 horsepower. So the Prelude was a weird middle child. I feel like Honda made the Prelude to be a competitor with Acura Integra. It was competing with itself. And unfortunately, it just couldn't do it, because again, you had the Acura Integra, which was cheaper, and it was all around fun. It was more popular, and the 5th Gen Prelude was not popular, and it ended up just being in its own shadow with the other Honda members and the Integra itself. So because of that, because of the huge missed opportunity, I'm gonna put this in B tier. I know that's extremely controversial, but they really missed an opportunity with the 5th Gen Prelude. So next on this list is the Acura Legend. It has a V6. It looks like a Jaguar. Again, I don't see this car. I don't know anything about it, so I'm just gonna put in the have not heard. Last but not least, we have the Honda S2000. Now, this car it's gonna be in Legendary. You guys already know this. But this car has basically revolutionized the rear-wheel drive roadster for Honda. It changed the game. The engine alone is extremely impressive. It's one of Honda's best engines ever made. Honda makes a lot of their own engines, but this engine is by far the best one, and I'll tell you why. Alright, so I'm not going to pretend that I know this word for word, but I just want to read this to you, and I want to explain how impressive this is. So, the F20C, the JDM version of the F20C, has 123 horsepower per liter as a result of a higher 11.7 to 1 compression ratio. Notable features include an independent double wishbone suspension, electrically assisted steering wheel, and integrated roll hoops. The car had 16-inch wheels with Bridgestone Pizzanza S2 tires equipped. The compact and lightweight engine mounted entirely behind the front axle. So, this is extremely impressive. 125 horsepower per liter. The engine is a 2-liter. So, if it's 123 horsepower per liter, that's 246 horsepower. That's extremely impressive for a 4-cylinder engine, especially rear-wheel drive. This is Honda's best sports car, next to the NSX, which I should have included in the list, but I didn't. I kind of wanted to keep it grounded with the cars that I've included. There's a reason that the Honda S2000 is climbing in value. It's because of this. Will Honda make something like this again? Probably. I'm not entirely sure. Their new Type R has 300 horsepower, but I'm getting tired of front wheel drive. I want something rear wheel drive. I'm gonna put the Honda S2000 in the Legendary tier because it changed the game for Honda. And it's sad that Honda has not made a S2 and S4000 or something like that. But anyways, that was my Honda's tier list. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.